Hi, everyone. Welcome again. My name is Tom Wirashad. I am with International Accountability Project, and today we have, I think, the team of IAP with us, and also the members of the Global Advocacy Team. So we thank you all for joining us today for a very exciting launch of the report. You may have seen the name, In Search of a Different World, Turning Dreams into Community-Led Development Plans. So some of you may have seen the report a little bit. So today we will talk about that, and we'll have opportunity to invite the GAT members themselves to share their reflection of this learning journey with us. We'll also do some interactive exercise, want to get you to see what we have experienced and learned together in the past 2-3 years. But just a quick recap of who is the Global Advocacy Team. This is the second iteration of the Global Advocacy Team. And this cohort focus on community-led development planning. So their names are, as you can see, the GAD members for this cohort are a collective members. So they are local community organizer group, local civil society in 7 countries, right? They're from Armenia, Haiti, India, Indonesia, Kenya, Philippines, and Zimbabwe. And you will hear from them directly in a few minutes. I just want to show you what the team look like, where they are from, and like how we, get into this report. A quick quiz if you, want to join us. This is like, just a quiz game. You can put your answer, you can make a guess, you can put your answer in the chat. And those who have the correct answer, we have something to give to you. The first question is, how many community members participated in the GAT community-led research? How many community members participated in the GAT community-led research? Here are the choice, A, B, C, D. You can guess the number and put your answer in the chat. That's the first questions. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. And the second question, how many recommendations for genuine community development are in the report? So we are moving to the second question, the quiz now, quick pop-up quiz. You can put the answer in the chat. All right. A17, B12, C10, and D7. Okay, so many. So the answer, are you ready? So the first questions there, we got 945 community members joining the community-led research in 7 countries. So number 1, the C is a correct answer. And for number 2, the recommendation in the report, we got 10 recommendations. So C is the correct answer. So congratulations for those who have both correct answer. Your reward is you get to the link to download the report. Well, that's and our love and care, of course. So this is what the report look like. Some of you have seen it. This is the cover. It was co-created by the Global Advocacy Team members, International Accountability Project staff, and also many partners and allies. And the contents, we start with, explaining a little bit about who is the GAT members and what are the journeys, so you can read more about that. And then we start with the collective analysis. This is an ongoing process that we did over 2 years to go through each of the community-led research that were done in 7 countries, have a discussion, exchange about it. We have an in-person meeting, and you can read more about what our analysis are and what we are recommending. And then we have 7 countries chapters. So each chapter featured the whole process of the community-led research. And my colleagues will tell you a little more about how that structure. So you can read the stories, see some illustrations and pictures in the report. And just, quickly want to show that where the research happened, right? This is a community-led action research, and it happened in the community in 7 countries. And I listed the name of the community here, and it's also in the report. The research was conducted during, in between July 22 to June 23, and each community have slightly different timeline. We try to, because of it's a co-learning process, so we try to move step by step together so we can learn together. And for those who have a correct answer and participants who joined these 7 research, about 945. And the methods are also various. Use different community-led tools in documenting, collecting data, and you can see here different approaches that were used. And largely, we did the training, online training, and in-person training using the community action guide on community-led research that IP and community organizers around the world created. And you can also check it out. It's available in 13 languages. So that's the important tools that we use with the GAD members in the research. How I will hand over to my colleagues. Sure.
Thank you, Tom. Hello, everyone. It's really nice to see you all in our GAD reports lunch because this is amazing work. Actually, as Tom mentioned, this is done collectively with 7 amazing GAD members who are representative from different communities all over the world. Plus, we have a GAD advisors and other community members who contributed for development of our masterpiece, for development of our work around their research, around their community-led development planning process, which is amazing. As Tom mentioned, you can find from our report all the information connected with their researching process, about the GAD history, how it's emerged at the beginning. Also, you can find information about their common goals, reflections, and learning from the research process, what they fight for, because there's 7 communities who struggling differently in different contexts and the different situation, mining, gender issues, agriculture, ecotourism, protections of environment, different fishing, different kind of context, which has common goals despite of being different approaches, different practice. As Tom mentioned, they have a lot of common things at the same time. Can we go to the next slide, please? And what we collectively find out through our researching process, that despite of having different context, they have a common struggle, all of them facing different kind of challenges, which is common. It's like what is development right now structured. It's about the access to information. It's about of rejections of neoliberal extractive model of development, right? It's about risk. They are all facing a lot of different kind of risk around their researching. And we are trying to put them in one in one piece, in order to show that despite of differentiation, we always have a common struggle, and we have the world. It's like the common things which needs to be reflected by our research, which needs to be addressed through our collective work. Also, we find out during our research some important messages which needs to be highlighted here, that communities are real experts. they well know about their situation, right? And of course, the solutions which has been brought by them should be taken into consideration and prioritized in order to develop a model of development that is community-led development projects and plan it for future generation. And through our researching also we find out what is community-led development mean to us. Of course, development according to the feedback of all the communities who are involved, development should start from the community's dreams and prioritize the respect the environment and human rights. This is important. Also, community-led development planning incorporates local expertise and creates development solutions that originate from and are led by the people who will be affected by them. More, you can refer to our wonderful work through our research, through our publications, and find out more about our works which has been done by our amazing GAT members. Thank you. Tom, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Choiran.
Also, oh yeah, this part. Also, sorry. You can find also 7 amazing stories which has been brought through the research of our GAT members. The stories is different, so amazing. When you read, it's like you involving, you are contributing, and you are part of that communities. It's amazing. During the reading, you can find the information about their communities, different perspective, different culture. It's amazing. Also with illustration, which tells more about their situation. Also, during stories of countries, you can find information about their approaches, how they did researching process. It's quite different. And at the end, we reflect also their findings, what is connected with their research, what they did find, how is the communities surviving at their situation, what needs to be done by them in order to overcome their challenges. All this information you can find from several different stories, which is here in our publication. Thank you, Tom.
And before we hear directly from the GAT members, I just want to give you a snapshot of, the journey, right? So we are launching the report as part of the community-led research. And the report is not the end of this journey. Actually, it's just the beginning. So after the research, all 7 GAT members used both the process and the findings of the discussion to create 7 community-led development plans. And the plan is to get the actual development plans finalized, published, and promote. And the roles, and we're so happy to have many friends and allies here because we hope we can help each GAT members on their advocacy at local, national, and possibly at international level to get the plan recognized, right? The plan needs to be recognized, funded, and implemented. And in parallel, IAP is also coordinating the global advocacy efforts because we need systemic change, right? Like community by community, and we collectively will shift the bigger change at these development institutions. My colleagues will tell you more about that, but in a second, you will hear reflection from the Global Advocacy Team members of their learning journey. It's a co-learning journey. We learn from each other, learn together. I wanted to ask each GAT member to reflect on their experience with the GAT initiative. How does the community-led research help shape the community-led development planning process in the communities that they work with? And we'll go through the order of this little map. We'll start with Mohammed from Sikkim, India, and then we'll go to other friends from Indonesia and Haiti, Armenia, Kenya, Zimbabwe, and then the Philippines. So in that order. And please make sure you choose the correct interpretation channel so you will get the translation when our speakers speak in other languages. So please choose English if you want to get translation. All right, Mohamed, can I ask you to give your reflection?
Okay, hi everyone. Firstly, we are meeting after a very long time and I'm very excited. And I really want to congratulate all other members to have this successful journey. And to share my journey, I really want to share that I really feel proud of myself representing my community, a lecture tribe, as one of the global advocacy team in international level and reach out our voice in international level. That I really feel proud because I have really struggled, I have really worked hard on this process, and through this process I got a great opportunity to learn regarding my tribe in different perspective. I really feel emotions to know about my tribe, especially with the Lepcha priest and priestess, because Mun and Bungting. They are the one who have these indigenous. They are the one who is the powerhouse of the indigenous knowledge holder, where the most of the elders uh, died along with the rich knowledge that they have, and because it was not been documented, preserved, or valued them, with this process I came to know a lot of our indigenous knowledge have just have it's not been there because most of them has not been documented. The elders have died along with the knowledge. That I really feel bad, and that was the thing that this international accountability project gave me the opportunity. Whatever that knowledge that we have right now, that I can document it and I can preserve and I can share for my younger generation. And through this report I tried my best to every possible way to make understand the lecture perspective to outside world, what type of what type of development we are looking for, and how we are going through it. I think it's high time for the community, not only lecture community but other indigenous community or the other local community should come out and voice them, and to be to make them other, especially the international financing agency, the authority, the government should really have to listen to the voice of indigenous community when it comes to the policy making and it comes to the what called development. So I would not take much time. On behalf of lecture community, I would really want to thank International Accountability Project for giving us an opportunity to work and to to be and to send our voice in international level, and to come to have this report is it's a big thing. I think it's like, for me, I think it's the best gift that I can give back to my community, to the lecture community. The time that I've worked for my community, I think it's a big it's a I think it's a very beautiful gift that I'm giving back to the community, and because it's not just me, because it's all the community from every perspective. They have come together, and it has made us together more. This process has make us more powerful to resist whatever the fight that we are going through in the state of Sikkim. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mohamed, for your beautiful reflection. Next, I'd like to invite Lenny, who's from Aman Maluku, Indonesia. So everyone, please fasten your seatbelt. We're flying to Indonesia. Lenny.
Ya, terima kasih, Tom. Terima kasih juga untuk akhirnya apa yang kita tunggu-tunggu di malam hari ini, di hari ini bisa terlaksana, dan saya tidak sendiri. Ada juga teman-teman dari komunitas yang ikut bersama-sama di dalam Zoom ini. Mereka tadi kesulitan masuk, tetapi saya memberikan link yang ada pada saya untuk mereka bisa sama-sama mengikuti dan melihat hasil kerja sebuah tim dari komunitas, sebuah hasil karya yang mereka buat sendiri. Kegiatan ini saya juga mengucapkan terima kasih untuk teman-teman IAP yang sudah memberikan begitu banyak dukungan, pengalaman, pengetahuan untuk kami, sehingga akhirnya apa yang kami coba lakukan di komunitas ini baru pertama kali bagi kami untuk menyerahkan seluruh strategi kerja-kerja ini dilakukan oleh komunitas sendiri. Jadi mereka yang melakukan wawancara, melakukan pertemuan-pertemuan untuk akhirnya mendapatkan apa sebenarnya yang mau dilakukan. Dan saya berharap ini tidak berhenti sampai di sini bahwa ini sudah selesai dengan pelaporan dan hari ini sudah launching, tetapi ini merupakan langkah besar lagi untuk ke depan bahwa apa yang sudah dilakukan ini tidak akan berhenti tetapi akan terus berkembang dan akan dilanjutkan kepada komunitas-komunitas yang lain dan akan kita ajak untuk melakukan satu perubahan besar bahwa perencanaan pembangunan yang mau kita lakukan itu masyarakat adat kita lebih bisa mampu memberikan pemikiran sebagai masyarakat adat dan itu bisa dilaksanakan. Karena sudah ada contoh dari Haruku yang sudah berjalan sampai dengan hari ini dan ini satu hal yang luar biasa bahwa masyarakat akhirnya ada pembuktian bahwa masyarakat adat mampu membuat satu perencanaan pembangunan. Demikian dari saya, walaupun memang di awal-awal agak sulit tetapi tetap berjalan dan bisa terlaksana. Nah, terima kasih untuk kawan-kawan di komunitas Haruku yang selalu mendukung dan selalu membantu melaksanakan semua apa yang menjadi keinginan kawan-kawan sendiri. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih. Thank you so much, Lenny. So from the island of Indonesia, we're going to take a little longer flight to Haiti. Paul, I think, let me see. Are you there, Paul?
Oui.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for getting up early. So we'd like to hear your reflection with GAD, Paul. I'm so glad your team can join us. Please go ahead.
Oui. En fait, je voulais remercier l'équipe des enquêteurs en Haïti, à savoir Safira et Anderson, qui ont beaucoup travaillé pour alimenter la recherche au sein de la communauté, que ce soit à la Victoire ou à Massabielle, un petit peu éloigné de la capitale. Donc, pour nous, c'est que c'est un bon travail. Le travail est colossal parce que ça fait plus de 14 ans depuis que je travaille avec les communautés. Donc, on n'a jamais eu des documents de la sorte et même l'implication des membres de la communauté. Donc, à travers cette recherche, on a beaucoup impliqué la communauté. Cette fois-ci, on essaie d'approfondir les réflexions avec la communauté et aussi de prévoir des initiatives, des idées qui pourraient aider à l'avenir. Donc, l'implication de tout le monde et c'est peut-être une approche participative. L'approche participative et pour un pays comme Haïti, avec une période de crise, des phénomènes naturels comme changement climatique, tout ça, et personne et aucune institution ne peut rien faire seule. Donc, c'est l'implication de tous au plan de développement. Donc, je voulais remercier tout un chacun qui ont contribué, que ce soit les membres des GAT, qui ont beaucoup travaillé avec nous pour construire cet outil ou bien ce rapport. C'est peut-être Et pour la première fois qu'on va avoir un rapport publié partout à travers le monde, un client à Haïti. C'est vrai qu'il y a des experts qui ont fait des enquêtes, qui ont fait des recherches, mais c'est des travails, comme je vous l'ai dit, c'est des travails théoriques. Mais cette fois-ci, on vous l'a dit que c'est un travail pratique et pour l'avenir de la communauté. Donc, ça n'a pas été facile parce que c'est une période de crise en Haïti. Pendant toutes ces 2 ou 3 années, on travaille, on fait de la recherche. C'est très, très difficile pour qu'on puisse chercher les informations. Mais en fait, l'implication, la diffusion, et ça a permis aussi à nous de collaborer entre nous comme groupe, entre nous comme communauté, mais aussi et de discuter avec les responsables du ministère de l'Agriculture, de l'Environnement et les responsables des délégués départementaux ou tant d'autres personnes, d'autres personnalités. Et je pense que le fait qu'on va avoir un outil pratique comme rapport global qu'on pourrait partager, ça va aider quand même Haïti, ça va aider quand même la communauté et même nous aussi qui travaillons. Donc, un grand remerciement à l'équipe de Global Justice qui ont beaucoup accompagné pour accomplir ce travail. C'est vrai, c'est avec des faibles financements, mais on a accompli pas mal de choses pendant cette période. Un grand merci à vous tous.
Merci. Thank you so much, Paul Edex, who represent the Training Center for Mutual Aid and Community Development. That's the English translation of CFEDEC that Paul Edex represents. And next, I'd like to invite our friends from Armenia, from Center for Community Mobilization and Support, NGO. Julia, can I hand over to you?
Hello, Tom. Hello, everyone. Thank you for giving me the stage, and I can see a lot of people today here, and I'm really happy to meet all of you again. And I'm happy that we have passed together this this journey. And Tom, thank you for sharing with us the video. I have watched it and it's really amazing. Carlo, I know that you have prepared it, and big gratitude to you. It's really amazing. And as you know, some of you know, our process was a bit prolonged. But anyway, we have done a lot of things, and now our development plan for Mart's Village is also almost like fully ready. And so the development plan for Mart's Village was created through highly participatory focus group discussions involving youth, women, vulnerable groups, farmers, and local government representatives. And towards the end of all the processes, the local government itself became involved in the process. And I can say that the residents of Mart's Village are really enthusiastic about plan, and they intend to present it for approval at the community's general meeting. And then they will present it for approval to the community head, like to the Council of Elders. And I can say surely that we have a preliminary agreement from the head of the community already for this. But I can also add to this that additionally a separate plan is proposed to safeguard interests and ensure the implementation of the main plan, like main development plan. And this plan aims to secure funding within the municipal budget for the outlined actions in the development plan, gain regional authorities recognition about this plan and serve later as a model for other communities to create their own community-led development plans. So advocacy efforts will extend to the national level as well, targeting the Armenian government, Ministry of Environment, and Ministry of Territorial Administration and Infrastructure. And this is particularly concerning environmental matters within the plan, because we have some points in the plan regarding the environment and environment protection and also human health protection. So these ministries and the government are very important to be involved and like to be involved in the whole process. So we want to get this plan also to the RA government at the end as well. I can share for now probably this much at this moment. Thank you for listening. And later, of course, we will keep you updated about all the processes.
Thank you so much, Julia. That's a very exciting updates.
Yeah, and Shoira just wrote a message in the chat. Thank you so much, Shoira. Yeah, we have also a video with English subtitles on the YouTube about the MARTS and focus group discussions. So I will share it also here. Who is interested, you can watch. Thank you.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Julia. So next, we'll go to western part of Kenya. So we will hear from Chris Ovala. Jambo, Chris.
Jambo, Tom.
Please share what are your reflections from this journey together?
The reflection is a lot and overwhelming. It has got joy, sadness, as the process of community development is. I think I'm privileged to have been joined in the struggle by Tom. Tom traveled all the way from Thailand to the community of Yalason to join us in the struggle, or to learn on what was going on in our community. I think, Tom, it was a very good support. We don't take it for granted. We still cherish you. I think I've learned many things in the process. As I'm hearing my colleagues saying successes, our struggle has been there on the community of Yalaswam since the year 2003, when the land was first occupied by the groups of company, the Dominion groups of company. And the land they were leased for by the government then. So in the process again, the land changed hands, and now it was being given to Lake Agro. And all these things were being done without the community participation. And the communities have been tossed, they have been displaced, and currently we have gone to court several times. The court has been compromised, and our solace is now on the community-led processes, whereby we want to build community voices to build a stronger resistance movement. And we are trying to use the law and also use the community power. And I think one thing we have learned in this journey that if you combine the community power and the law, then the chances of success are many. And we have started realizing that. Also, what we have learned is that development, if is only sustainable, if it's defined and owned by community. There's no way how development can be superimposed on a community. So it's important to embrace the community-led processes. It's important to embed, give community powers, and they give them skills. We understand, I've learned that also that community are their own experts, although from time to time they suffer from their usual challenges of neocolonialism, whereby the people with the capital tend to divide them using their vulnerability. And as such, the development work need to look at issues of vulnerability to see how to support community to continue their struggles. Also, I've learned that I've gotten a family in the global context, that in the process of my work, I was attacked by goons, I was injured, and quite a number of the global GATT members prayed for me, linked me with other potential support. And I will thank Tom for this. And we have a lot of litigation that involves my security, a lot of investigation involving the community land struggle. And we have learned that if you don't have community beyond your local community, then your issues will not be known outside the village. And that to me is something that I don't take for granted. Also that we have learned that the ultimate power of this struggle is within the community. And the government listens to an organized community. And I also learned that as we struggle locally, there are also international treaties, laws, and conventions that should be explored to support local community struggles, so that the struggles will not be, in a way, be isolated to one community. Struggles should be made bigger and build a movement. And all these things come to the community-led processes, locally driven processes, locally owned development. And now that's what's come to, how do we define what is locally led process or what is community? So definition also, I have also learned that
It seems I don't know if Arthur can hear Chris clearly. Chris, I think
The same.
yes. Right. But I'm glad we made it to
the local led process should be able to define us. And when we define ourselves, then we'll have the strength and what it takes to continue struggle. I don't go much. I know we are few or many, but I appreciate this team, and you're not sharing me, Tom?
Thank you, Chris. Yes,
okay. Sorry if maybe do you hear me there? What I can say, Tom, but I can say that I'm going to say that for the community-led process, the issue of climate, environmental justice, the women, the youth, the elderly.
That's great. Thank you so much, Chris, for sharing your reflection. Let's move on to Zimbabwe. Kundai from Insisa Women in Mining Trust, not so far from Chris Finn. Kundai.
Yes, Tom. Hi, Tom.
Great.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, glad to meet you again. It has been a journey. I'd like to do some reflections on this one. This community-led research, it really taught me values of grassroots initiatives and the power of community-driven change. When I was working the journey, I noted that by empowering the local voices of the community, you can come up with co-create solutions that are tailor-made for the community, meaning that meaning that the approach of our community-led development research is a true development towards the community-led development planning. I also noted that this approach, it amplifies resilience and potential of community themselves. I've also witnessed impact of community collaborations, especially in this mining community that I was looking at. The issue of environmental degradation involving the community. You're looking at the community, you're looking at the miners, the artisanal small-scale miners themselves, and the registered miners. But if you combine the community, the miners, they come up with solutions towards environmental mitigation. So I noted that this inclusiveness and participatory of all the stakeholders within the community is the best approach towards development. It's also, it has been a humbling and enriching experience. Looking forward to continue learning and supporting this. And I'm happy from this research, we're also able to come up with a national association, which is called ZAWIMA, Zimbabwe Association of Women in Mining Association, which is a membership-based association. So this is now, INCISA is now an affiliate member to this association. And we also looked at this community-led actually helped us to develop this umbrella body in such a way to say, okay, the members has to be the miners, because we have noted that they've got the solution towards the environmental issues within the mining communities that they are operating in. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kundai, for sharing your reflection. And after Zimbabwe, we're gonna go across to the Philippines. We will hear from Salward, who represent the local organizers who works with peasant and fisher folks in the Philippines. Salward, the floor is yours.
Yes, hello Tom, and hello everyone. Good evening from the Philippines. So as mentioned by Tom, we are from Pamangas, a local peasant alliance based here in Central Philippines. So our community-led research focus on true fishing communities. So as my reflection to this, with the community-led research, it reinforces us to understand deeply the problems of the fisher folks communities, because we are mainly, the Pamangas is mainly serving farmers in the Philippines. So with this community-led research, it is a good part in also realizing the other sectors and working with other sectors of our community. And also, aside from understanding deeply the problems of the fisher folks communities, they also realize, the communities also realize that these problems can be solved from within them, that they can solve it through collective action. And it just made them realize that a mere thought of what ifs can be able to turn into we can. So little by little, they understand that they are not just passive recipients of programs and policies of the government, but also an active actor in deciding what is best for the community, and also to work collectively to achieve that. Of course, the system and the government wouldn't just give it all the wants and needs of the community. So they need to work hard to get it. In addition, the community-led research capacitated the fisher folks, because the results of the research were used by the communities for lobbying with the local government units. In addition, because of the Global Advocacy Team and the community-led research, the leaders were capacitated to the point that they are now at the forefront of lobbying for policy change in the local government, and also for economic gains. Because as you know, we are here in the Philippines, we are reeling from the effects of the long drought brought by El Nino. So the need for, and also the municipal fisher folks in the Philippines are considered as the most poorest sector in the country. So with these times of calamity, they should be the one, no, that receive the most subsidy. But of course, this is not being addressed, so they need to work hard to get it. So with this community-led research, they were able to use the data that we have gathered here, and also the trainings that we have shared with them, no, to be able to lobby for the needs of the community. Of course, these several campaigns, which I will be talking later, no, but as of now, some of our realizations with the community-led research, we have able to break through, no, to make the communities of the fisher folks get stronger and collectively realize their community development plan. For us, no, for the Pamangas, and also for our GAT members here, no, in the Philippines, it was a roller coaster ride, no, in implementing the community-led research. No? Some of us were tagged, terrorist tagged. Some of us were victims of vilification, including our chairperson in Pamangas. But that doesn't stop us in pursuing the community-led research, and also in presenting the results of it to the community, that they were have seen that this can be changed, right, through collective efforts, and the needs and the policies should come from the communities and not just them as passive recipients. So with that, we would like to congratulate the whole Global Advocacy Team and all the communities who participated in this research, and also for the International Accountability Project for giving voice and platform for our community, municipal fisher folks here in the Philippines, and also to capacitate them to stand and fight for the rights. So that would be all from my end. Thank you, Tom. Back to you, Tom.
Salamat. Thank you so much, Saurat and the Pamangas team. So please join me in giving a big round of applause for the 7 GAT members who share their reflections. I know we don't give you justice of giving you only 3 minutes to reflect the 3 years long journey. But yes, I hope by seeing their face, listen to their voice as you read each chapters, you have their face and their story and their voice in your mind. So thank you everyone for sharing your reflection with us and everybody. As you hear from GAT members' experience, right? Like the community-led research happened in 7 countries, but as we go, we also reflect, we also analyze what we hear, what we saw, and we came up with 10 recommendations. And this is out of the community-led research process, and also our ongoing discussions around issues of how do you get to the genuine community-led development, right? And this from the evidence, the data, the stories that all the GAT members collect. And if you have the report, you will see it on page, let me see here. On page 20, you will see this like 10 recommendations. They're not meant to be like, this has to come first and second. You just want to visualize that. And you can read more about it. There are some further description elaborations also based on the discussion of each point. But next, what I'd like to do with all of us is to do some exercise. And if the team could share the link to slides again. And we will, if you have the slides with you, if you go to slide number, give me a second. So please go to slide number 15. Yes, we'll read this 10 recommendation together, right? What I'd like to invite you to do, and I got the French and Bahasa version on page 16, if that's, you know, for those. So please take a look at these 10 recommendations, right? And we got a star cashier. And if that any, well, let's do 3. You can give stars to 3 recommendations that speak to you, that resonate with your experience. You can do that by, you click on one of these stars and you move it to the recommendation that stand out for you, that resonate with your individually or from your community. So you can do that by go to slide number 15. That's where we are, or 16 for those that want to read like French version and Indonesian version. Don't worry if you can't work with slides, you can put the number of recommendation in the chat box. You can put the number that you you know, that you choose in the chat box. We want to see what are your top 3. I know it's hard to choose. These are all great, but you know what comes first in your mind? 3 of them. I'll give you a little bit of time to read and go through this point. Yes. I hope we have enough stars. Yeah, feel free to put in the chat as well for if you don't, you know, if you can't access the slides. The recommendations are called make community voice visible through development planning, and how this is our collective discussion, and we try to define what do we mean by community-led development, right? And these are from the real life experience of the communities in 7 countries, you know, what they hope happen. Yeah, feel free to put the star. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I know those who have to go, we'll have recording and we'll share with you. Great. So let's see here. Yeah, many of the star here. These are all very important. I hope we have time to, you know, go through each of these, but you know, you can read more about it in the reports. Great. And so now that you get to see the 10 recommendations, right? And I'd like to, okay. You can always come back to this. Don't worry if you can't decide, oh, it's my second or third. The other interesting thing and the highlight of the GAD report, as you will see, is the illustration. We try to capture the experience and use some, you know, illustration and art. We hope the report is accessible for everybody. So I'd like to invite you to join us in a virtual gallery walk. So if you have linked to slides, so we can share it again for those who just joined us. So we are doing like a quick gallery walk. So we have 7 illustrations that feature in the country report. And what I'd like to invite all of us to do is you can take a look at this illustration, and we have a sticky notes here. If you want to leave some comments, maybe 2-3 words that as you look at the illustration, that it speaks to you, or something that remind you of, right? Or something that you want to leave. Let's just think about this as a big frame, right? Like you're walking through the gallery, and we have 7 illustration here. So you can go and take your time. I'll give you, let's see, a few minutes to do that. And you can do as many as you want, or as few as you want, spend more time, which there's so many details in this. And we work with amazing artists, some of them from the communities themselves. And this from the discussion, from the content that written in the report, but also, from a discussion, we try to capture that. Yeah, so please take your time, go take a look at the illustration, leave your comments in the sticky notes. You can double click and add right in the sticky notes, or leave it in the comments. So there's like a number of illustration. You can put in the chat your comments, your words, and we'll make sure to capture that. All right, so please take your time. Thank you so much for those who provide comments and questions in the chat box. We'll make sure to capture those. And we actually plan for like a quick 2 minutes mental bio break. If you want to start your break now, please do, or continue walking through the gallery. Just a quick note, after the break, we got even more exciting. We got a video to show you. So please take your break and come back for even more exciting things to get through together. I'm really enjoying reading the comments on the sticky notes. Thanks so much, everyone. I think we can share with the illustrators as well. So really appreciate that. All right. If you haven't taken your break, you have like 20 seconds. Please do. And if we've been sitting for too long, if you want to stretch, stand up, move your body. Can your feet still feel who you are? Can your hands and your arm feel? That's great. Thank you so much for joining us about an hour. Angie and Carlo, do you want me to show a screen or should I?
Yeah, please show the screen from your end and I can start introducing myself. But before that, I need to make sure that everyone is here. Please show me a reaction, like a thumbs up, to make sure that you are here, you are all here. Okay, I see some love, some thumbs up, some raise up. Hi, everyone. So happy to see you all here. I'm Angi. I'm IP's communication coordinator. I'm so happy to finally be here after 3 years of work of the GAT working group and the GAT members. I'm here to show you the video that we have collectively made to document the learning journey of the second GAT members. So as you know that the first GAT iteration was in 2012 and it paved the way for the second cohort in 2021. This video spotlights their inspiring journey along with IOP staff and the Get Advisory Group, whose expertise guides this initiative. After 2 years of learning and collaboration, the GET members have documented their dreams, experiences, analysis, and recommendations that you have seen in the report, and they advocate for what genuine community-led development should look like by empowering communities to create their own plans. So now we will play some short clips from the video, but for the full version, we will distribute the link in the chat. Tom, can you play the video on the next slide?
Sure. Let me make sure the audio works. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Yeah, it's loading. Not yet, but yeah.
And you need to escape the English channel and go to the original channel to hear the sound.
Well, thanks so much. Yes, it's not a Zoom call without technical issues. Let me do that. Thanks for your patience, everyone. One second. Okay. Sorry, I don't seem to. Anki, would you like to try from your?
Wait. Yeah,
Yes.
I will try from my end. Wait. I hope it works. Okay. Yeah.
We tested this, everyone, trust us.
Oh no. Okay, I'll just play it. Wait,
Yes.
yeah, let's do that. Why is it not working? Okay. Oh no. Okay.
There is no voice, Angi.
The voice is not working? Wait.
The voice is not coming.
Okay, wait.
Please click the
Yes,
share
it's subtitle.
Wait for a second. Oh.
Anki, let me try.
You have to stop sharing and then reshare with the audio on.
The purpose of the Global Advocacy Team was to also bring together a network of community organizers and
If you
community
can hear
leaders
the
who
sound,
want to work
thumbs up.
on drafting a community-led development plan with their
Great.
communities, but also come
Yes.
together on a global level to advance community-led development.
Development as a concept requires that people take a role in what they determine to be their own development. The right to development requires that people be at the center of the development, but also be the beneficiaries. So that's why communities need to lead on their own development.
It should not be from the government that forcefully putting development activities on the community. That is where the conflict is starting.
Կառավարությունը պետք է հաշվի առնի տեղական համայնքի տեսլականները, ցանկությունները, պահանջները, եւ միայն այդ դեպքում համայնքը կարող է զարգանալ եւ դառնալ սոցիալական արդարության, տնտեսապես զարգացած եւ շրջակա միջավայրով պահպանված պետության հիմք։
Thank you so much, Engi and Carlo. Anything else, Carlo and Engi, you want to say?
I have shared the link to the chat. Just make sure that everyone visit that, like, and maybe subscribe us for more videos in the future. We hope so. Thank you. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you so much. Yeah, you can watch the full video on your time. It's amazing. It's also captured our journey, and we'll use it as an advocacy tool as well. And I just want to thank all the collective solutions that suggested in the chat. That's how change happened in this world. So thanks so much. And next, and as mentioned earlier, this is not the end, right? This is just the beginning of the journey. And you might wonder, so what's the GAT members going to do next? So Sawert from Pamangkas have an example to share with you what Sawert and Pamangkas team and the two communities have been thinking, preparing. So Sawert, I give it to you.
Hello again, good evening, everyone. So of course, again, we are from Pamangas, from the Philippines, and I will be sharing to you what will be the next step. What are we doing now after the community-led research, and what are the steps to realize the community-led development plan? Of course, no, as I have mentioned earlier, the communities of the fisher folks are facing incessant problems like the increasing inflation, human rights violations, and months of reeling from extreme heat brought by El Nino, and also the soon to be the effects of the monsoon season here in the Philippines. With this, the community need to realize the aspirations and that brought about by the research. This is so important for them because these aspirations that can answer all these problems wouldn't be possible if not for the organizational strength of the communities, and also the communities of the fisher folks right now continue to gain strength to continuing advocating, organizing, and mobilizing. So this is what we are doing right now. The constant education, mobilization, and organizing the fisher folk communities. Actually, we just started from the two fisher folk communities. Now we are extending to different fisher folk communities who are now even joining the advocacies of these two communities. Of course, as of the moment, we are continually educating the people and also fisher folks to our campaign, which not just raised on the topics of the research. Mainly, this education focuses on the need to change the oppressive implementation of the RA 10654. So as a quick background, this is the fisheries law in the Philippines, which the two communities of fisher folks deem that this is so oppressive for them. So this law is against small fisher folks, and because of it, there is a need. The communities sees the need to change or revise it the implementation of the said law. So because of also the community-led research, the community has planned a community development plan. So this includes also campaigns launched by the communities, such as dialogues with the local government unit. Specifically, the communities of the two fisher folks and also those they were able to reach out and organize outside of them. They have crafted a fisher folk ordinance, fisher folk centered ordinance that's centered around the needs and the ano, and the reflection of what should be the development for the fisher folks. This is vis-a-vis the ongoing implementation of the ordinance on fisheries. Actually, the provincial LGU here in the central part of the Philippines is hell-bent in implementing the full clause of the law, especially on the fisheries ordinance. But then on the side of us, we see this as oppressive, especially to the small fisher folks, because it will limit the catch, especially now that we have the ongoing calamity, the El Nino. The small catch of the fisher folks will be reduced to nothing if they have to fully implement the law. In addition to the fisher folk centered ordinance, which was submitted, actually this was crafted out because of the community-led research process. So it was crafted by the leaders, by the communities themselves. Actually, this is to with regards to the plan to also advocate and also to to present the alternatives of the fisher folks vis-a-vis the the ongoing ordinance of the government. In addition, the community also launched the signature campaign to institutionalize the subsidy to the fisher folks. As I have mentioned, the fisher folks are the most impoverished sector in the Philippines right now, next to the farmers. They're the most. The second one is the farmers. This signature campaign was the call for it is to institutionalize the subsidy to the fisher folks, especially during this time of El Nino and during the monsoon seasons, and the implementation of the fisheries fish ban, which started November and ends in February the next year. They have submitted it to the provincial local government unit of Iloilo province. In one of the sessions of the provincial LGUs, it was declared by one of the lawmakers as legal and valid. So they are also recognizing the need for the support to the municipal fisher folks. And this has been possible because of the results of the community-led research. But as of the moment, we are awaiting for the copy of the resolution from the provincial local government to be submitted also to the national government for lobbying purposes then. In addition, there is also an ongoing human rights campaign against continuous attacks against community development workers and human rights defenders here in the Philippines. As I mentioned earlier, our leader, Lucia Capadocia, is one of the few one of the human rights defenders who are also being targeted or being attacked by smear campaigns and being labeled as terrorists by the state agents. So in anticipation of these further attacks, we have launched together with the communities different human rights education and activities. So this is to prepare them. As of the moment today, as of now, the communities are well equipped when it comes to human rights issues. So they can now stand up for themselves and they can also defend for themselves in case there are there are several attempts, no, to harass them. Because in the Philippines, so if you advocate for change, you are being tagged as an enemy of the state. So in addition, internally, no, because of although this can be attributed to the strength of the communities, no, but we can also take credit, no, because of the Global Advocacy Team and the International Accountability Project, we were able to capacitate the leaders of these two communities, no, that as of the moment, they are now able to manage a local innovation project and also replicate it in the contiguous communities of fisher folks. And these projects are being supervised by the leaders of the communities themselves. As
Thank you
mentioned,
so much, Howard. Yes.
that ends my presentation. Yes, just to end, again, the communities of the fisher folks continue to strengthen their ranks by educating and organizing and mobilizing. So that's it from my end. Thank you, Tom, and I hope you get an valuable lesson from our experience.
Yes, yes, definitely. So thank you so much, Sawer, for sharing a very, exciting journey, but also I know it's important and very critical as a situation of defenders. So we're sending you lots of love and care from our end. And everyone, this is one of example of how each GATT members will continue their advocacy journey and in their locality and their countries. And next, we'll hear from IAP team about the global advocacy efforts. And I recognize that we are towards the end of the sessions and we will go a little bit late after the session. We're planning for 1.5 hours. Stay with us if you can't, or we'll share with you the words. And we'll have our friends and allies here waiting to share their solidarity message after we hear from Vaishnavi and Shora about exciting global advocacy. Vaishnavi, please.
Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone joining. I just wanted to say before I start that this has just been such a beautiful journey of 3 years. And I really got emotional hearing all the stories. And it's also been a very challenging 3 years. And it's really amazing and inspirational to see how much has been achieved in that time period by the GATT members and the communities involved. So really congratulations and kudos to everyone involved in this process. Today, I'll be sharing a bit about the Global Advocacy Campaign on Community-Led Development that is inspired by GATT and is led by GATT. And at IAP, what we have learned from the process of GATT over the years, Global Advocacy Team over the years, is that globally, there is such a huge difference between this existing top-down model of development that we're a part of, which is not accessible and which is only causing more harm to communities. And then we see the power of community-led development in the experiences of the Global Advocacy Team members when they come together with different members of their communities, they document their knowledge, and then they determine their priorities and needs for what is required for community-led development. And we believe that this model of community-led development is the only path to what inclusive and participatory development should be and look like. So we want to come together through this global advocacy campaign to take forward the learnings, the experiences, the recommendations emerging from the global advocacy teams and take them ahead to development decision makers, which include governments, private actors, development banks, aid agencies, and specifically those who claim that their top-down development projects and policies are actually community-led. And we want to show them what needs to be changed for strengthening community-led development. So our objectives and what we seek to achieve through this campaign is that we are able to work collectively to transform the policy and practice of development decision makers so that they prioritize community-led development planning that is influenced by knowledge and expertise of communities, and it respects human rights and environment. We want to reinforce that communities are not just participants or beneficiaries in the development process. They are visionaries, they are leaders, and they are the real experts who are well aware of their priorities and solutions. And by doing so, we eventually want to promote that community-led development is a viable and sustainable alternative to the existing neoliberal extractive model of development. And it is also one that recognizes the agency and dignity of everyone involved and protects the planet for future generations. So for this campaign, the target audiences that we want to approach, next slide, please. Yeah, they include the World Bank Group, not just because they are a standard-setting multilateral development bank that has tremendous influence over governments and private actors globally, but also because they have a department that apparently works on community-driven development methodologies and projects. And at the present time, we also think it's very important to engage with the World Bank as they are coordinating the Loss and Damage Fund, which will also have an impact on communities globally. And among the regional development banks, we want to approach the Asian Development Bank and European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, because they are currently reviewing their environment and social safeguards, and we feel that we can participate in that process by forwarding the GATT recommendations. And we also want to engage with the US aid. This is based on their recent announcement to shift towards locally led development and allocate 25% of their resources by 2025 to local partners, and by 2030 allocate 50% of their financing to community-led programs and initiatives. And while to work on this campaign, this is a collaborative campaign where we want to work with all our amazing CSO partners. Many of you are in this room, and you've all been leading the work on recognition of community-led development in these spaces and beyond. Organizations including Coalition for Human Rights and Development, NGO Forum on ADB, CE, Bankwatch, and the Movement for Community-Led Development. We've been connected with you all. We thank you all for your support to the Global Advocacy Team, and we hope to continue to work in collaboration with you all. And for this Global Advocacy campaign, we also plan to engage with the UN Special Procedures on Right to Development, so that the Global Advocacy Team's recommendations on community-led development are considered in the implementation of right to development from a local to international level. We also see a lot of similarities in the model for a planet-centered participatory development that has been proposed by the UN Special Rapporteur on Right to Development, Professor Surya, because that also gives importance to self-determination, intersectionality, intergenerational equality, and is calling for decision makers to recognize the agency of communities to determine their own development priorities, which are also the values of GATT. And we are able to see the evidences that are emerging from the GATT process on how that is possible. So we look forward to coming together with all of you through this campaign to work on shifting power structures towards a more genuine and committed implementation of community-led development. I'll now pass it over to my colleague Shoira, who will be sharing with us actions on how. Okay, go ahead, Shoira.
You already started, actually. Thank you, Vaishnavi, for a wonderful journey around global advocacy campaign of IAP on community-led development. And I would like to also mention that currently, as a process, we are doing a couple of activities, including online meetings and consultation, and with 4 targeted institutions, which has been highlighted by Vaishnavi. We have a call with World Bank's groups, EBRD, Civil Society Engagement Committee, plus with United States Agency for International Development and ADB and Asian Development Bank as well. Also, we submitted our findings through our community-led development in the report of UN Special Rapporteur on Right to Development together with ASEANet, and we still providing our findings in different kind of policy briefers of different kind of institutions, like around the environment, safeguard policy, and other aspects which is connected with our findings. And also we sharing knowledges which we had together with other civil societies who are working together with us, supporting our community-led development process, and having quite experience and having quite potential for distributing our findings through their networks. And social media is very important in terms of spreading our findings on community-led development, and our comms groups doing amazing jobs around our disseminating our findings, disseminating our knowledges around the community, what we did, and their role. It's really important on these issues as well. And so, if to speak about the contributions, we would like to also to get your feedback and to get your ideas and suggestions around our works, what needs to be done further, how can we spread our recommendation and resources. Maybe you can help us, we share our gathering recommendations through your networks and policy spaces. Also, we would be very appreciated if you help us to connect us with the two key individuals and contact with some other institutions besides what has been mentioned here, right? This is also, and here is in a presentation, Tom, can we share? In a presentation, we provided some kind of slides where you can write your questions, ideas, and suggestions around strengthening our works on collective advocacy, global advocacy, on community-led development. If you still have no the link to the slides, we can share also the link to our presentation, right? Maybe in order not to go take your time, 5 minutes is fine. Oh, I see somebody already started, right? Let me share the presentation link once again, because some people might be drop off like us. Also, you can provide your ideas and suggestions in a chart if you have no access to our presentation. Thank you. Any your thoughts is appreciated for development of our works around the global advocacy further. Thank you. Oh, I saw wonderful ideas already coming here. Perfect. We are recommended to reach also Refugee Self-Reliance Initiative, SRI. Oh, good. Steering committee members, some of our participants, steering committee member of these institutions. It will be good to connect with them as well. Great, thank you. There is some request also coming in order to know more about work collectively, which we emphasized here today. Also, it's good to use GATT recommendation for finding development plans are great to use on their own and short out. Okay. There is some questions coming on relation with Community Resource Exchange Initiative. Perfect. How does GATT work with Community Resource Exchange? This is another step as advocacy, individual advocacy, actually connected with CRE. Our GATT members already informed about this initiative of Coalition, Community Resource Exchange Program, and they would like to continue their individual advocacy together with CRE program of Coalition as well. Well, here is another establishing efficient and frequent sharing across all CLD networks. Yeah, here, I think Shauna recommended to continue reaching other institutions like a UN Special Rapporteur and other one. Thank you, Shauna. There are questions about interlinks between CRE, GATT, and LLA. All of them connected with one important keyword. This is community. We have to always remember that all of us working around the community issues and solving their problems, right? Thank you. Thank you for a great. If there is no space for this first sticky notes, we have another number 32 PowerPoint presentation slide. You can also put your ideas there and also in the chart. I did not manage to look at the chart. Sorry. Okay. All right. Thank you for a great ideas. Now, before closing our today meetings, though it's not easy to say bye to all of you because we would like to investigate more about our publication together with you, to learn more together and find more information from our findings. However, it will be also good in somehow to provide solidarity message from GATT Alliance, which has immense contribution for publications, for our work, for our journey with the GATT members with Global Advocacy Team. And here is our GATT experts, here is GATT advisors. I saw Jessica, Daniel, all of them here. They are very good in terms of supporting our GATT members, providing them recommendations. Also, other communities and civil societies who are participated here. However, the first credit needs to be given to a very important person who provided a very good role in publication. It means it's editing, right? Which is very, particular work for doing such kind of great work, combining all the information, providing proper inputs, checkings, everything done through the one main person. This is Shauna from Just Ground, and I would like to give her floor for providing her feedback or comments. I understand it was not easy journey, right? To go through all the chapters, right? To do all this editing every time, to provide the comments, getting them back. It's so complicated and very difficult work. And my huge appreciation to you, Shauna. The floor is yours, please.
Thanks so much. I feel like the work is nothing compared to what's been accomplished by your team, and of course, the authors, the GATT members, and I'm in awe of that, and I'm really excited to see what's to come through their work. The GATT members are shifting the narrative from a top-down development to one that's human-centered and that recognizes the capacity and expertise of communities, and of course the dignity of all people. So I'm grateful to have watched it develop, and I'm happy to continue to support this important work. Thanks.
Thank you, Shauna. Thank you. Thank you for your contribution. Our applause to you, and please stay with us for other publication which will come later as well. There was a lot of questions coming during our feedbacks around the global advocacy. Comes from different kind of perspective, including CRE project of Coalition, and it would be good to hear some solidarity message from the Coalition representatives. Here is a couple of them, and Siddharth is here, right? And Siddharth, it will be good to get your feedback as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I just want to say that really excited to be here. It's a huge privilege to come and learn from all of you. I think the top-down economic development model that's been advanced by development banks, governments, and companies has done a lot of narrative capture, and in many ways, it's sort of eaten away at our collective imagination of what is possible. But the work of the Global Advocacy Team is a really healthy reminder that a better world truly is possible. And, similar to how Salvat and Vaishnavi emphasized, I love this quote from the report. Communities are not just beneficiaries. They are rights holders, they are knowledge keepers, they are visionaries. But I want to go further. What I love the most about the work of the Global Advocacy Team is that this is not just a vision or a dream. You are actually doing the work of implementing community-led development. And in that process, you are documenting learnings, and that's a really useful template to communities everywhere. And I want to adopt a quote from Gandhi to end by saying, the future of the world lies in community-led development. Communities and community-led development are the solutions for the biggest problems that humanity faces, be it climate change, ecological degradation, militarization, or growing inequality. Without community-led development, there's no real future for our world. So I really want to thank you to the Global Advocacy Team, your communities, your supporting organizations, IAP. You really are paving the way for a shared future in which we can all thrive. So huge thank you to all of you for your inspiration.
Thank you, Siddharth. Thank you for brilliant, supportive words. That's great. In addition, before going to other person, I would like to also mention that there is a slice for your solidarity message. It might be a lot of people who wants to share with their thoughts, with their feedbacks. We also have some other couple of slides, number 34 and 35, where you can put or add your solidarity message for GAT members and their communities. And the next, the floor will be given to Patricia Vatimena. She is from ASEANet Working Group, Coordinator for Environment, right? International Network for Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights. Pat, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Joyra. Nice to see a lot of familiar faces. And I think I've been really excited to, be part of the launch, but also listening to all the journeys. I think that the time does not do justice to share these years of journeys and then a lot of people that to take part in it. So I guess I want to put it first. And then also I want to share that I'm a proud indigenous woman from Haruku community. I'm so glad that the stories of communities are there. One of them is Haruku indigenous communities. I feel that something that I really learned from this process, especially also, for example, what the Global Advocacy Team is doing, is a personal process. It is political, and what makes a lot of difference is that this process is really centering communities that are historically oppressed and subjugated. And what we are doing is not only confronting global crises such as climate crisis, debt crisis, looking at how we want to reform, transform global financial architecture, but we also link them all together. And what's the most important thing I see when we are sharing this is how we are trying to continuously centering collective care in our political work. Community-led data collection initiative has been a powerful tool of resistance globally. A lot of wins, a lot of victories of communities have been proven, that it comes from the stories of the communities. And it's not only that, but I think solidarity among communities, among different groups, how we understand that different groups are facing different experiences, but there is a pattern. There is a pattern of oppression from the oppressive system and the oppressors. And these are the things through these stories we are able to identify. It is never a linear process, definitely, and this kind of space is also a space for us, I think, to really reflect on and learning more on power dynamics, our power, where we position ourselves as international networks, national groups, communities. I think at the local level, it was very powerful when we say that it is not only a co-learning process, but it's a process where communities reclaim their roles as knowledge holders. And I think also the power dynamics within communities that we really need to also acknowledge. I guess as a global network, for example, ESCRnet, our accountability to the communities is really using these stories and evidence-based documentation to expose and shift false narratives, false solutions that are championed by the polluters. There are a lot of fancy words out there. They don't go down to the communities, and these are failures that we need to expose. And we see that by, working with communities. I think that what we are really looking at here, and it's always there, that we really want to demand accountabilities and justice and centering communities that are championing climate solutions that grounded in human rights. Most importantly, as a global network, part of ESCRnet, I want to also acknowledge that there is a huge homework for a lot of us here to bridge policy discussions and negotiations at different levels with the realities of different communities and ensure that the laws and policies, as well as climate actions and ambitions, are really responding to the needs and priorities of the communities. I will close there, and I would want to say sorry to the interpreters because I'm realizing I'm speaking very fast. Back to you, Shoira. I'm so happy to be part of it.
Thank you, Patricia. Thank you for amazing highlighting on climate and centered community. Well, also we have here representatives from Movement for Community-Led Development, MSLD, right? John Conrad, who visited and participated today's lunch. Our appreciation for joining us today. And please, your feedback is really important and might be very useful for us. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me. It was just so impressive, so inspiring hearing the work of the global action teams around the world. It's just, my colleague in Benin, Pascal Jahos, who did a whole analysis of the community-led worldview of systems change. And he said that the first principle has to be love. And I have to say that Tom and you and everyone on this call really not only respect human dignity, but love this work and love the people that we get to work with, because this is a long struggle. I mean, as Dart was commenting, Mahatma Gandhi was launching this struggle more than 100 years ago. And it's, and there's going to be waves. There was such progress in the Philippines and then such setbacks. So, we're going to need to really stand together. And certainly the Movement for Community-Led Development and the 2,000 local and community organizations that comprise it are really committed to working with you. We're convinced that our highest priority is solidarity among networks, and particularly we don't use the word Global South anymore. We call it the majority world. The majority world led networks. We've transformed ourselves into one, and there are several. And if we need to, that was my little comment on the input, is that we now, this struggle is accelerating. We've got some big opportunities with more people standing with us. And so if we work hard together and really coordinate our actions, I know we've set up a follow-up call, but I know MCLD is really committed to amplifying the findings of your research and your global advocacy campaign. So I look forward to that in the months to come.
Thank you, John. Thank you. Thank you. Indeed, integration and solidarity important for our work, for joining and struggling together and resist together. Thank you, John. And of course, Jessica, is she still here? Cannot be, the meeting cannot be
Yes.
concluded without Jessica. Oh my God, you are here. You are,
Wow.
welcome.
Wow.
Welcome.
Hello. And can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can, Jessica.
Yes.
Please
Yes.
go ahead.
Hello, yes. Hello, good day to all of you. First of all, congratulations to all the Global Advocacy Team, member of GATT Advisory Team, and to all IFP families. It's a very amazing stories of journey and journeys for all of us. And it's my privilege to be part of the process. Wow. Big hug to all of us. This day of GATT report launch marks again significant milestone, no, to our collective journey toward creating a vibrant and inclusive community. To GATT members and the respective communities you represent, your dedication, vision, and collaborative spirit have taken us to this exciting moment. It was proven by the reports that it's through grassroots and community initiatives that we can address local challenges, harness our shared strength, and build a better community for everyone. As you get on this endeavor, remember that each small step contributes to the larger goal. Your commitment to fostering positive change, engaging community people, and promoting community-led development is one truly inspiring and very telling, I told you. Well, challenges may arise as always, but with much perseverance, like what we all had witnessed with all of you in undertaking the process of this GATT research with unity and rigor. I tell you, nothing we cannot achieve. This initiative, which was being instigated by IFP back in 2013, represents the true spirit of empowerment and collective action. Our hard work, dedication have paved way for brighter, more inclusive future for all people in the community. I am very thrilled and happy to extend my heartfelt congratulations. It is a testament that to what we can achieve when we come together with the shared vision and common purpose. It is truly commendable that this GATT reports, as we all heard, comprehend much of your commitment and our commitment to address local needs, promoting sustainable development, and fostering a sense of unity. Each step to take bring us to closer to community where everyone has the opportunity to thrive hard. As we all move forward, I encourage you to stay motivated and resilient. The road to meaningful change is often challenging, but it's also immensely rewarding, you know. Your passion, our passion, creativity, and collaborative spirit will undoubtedly drive us all to great heights. Remember, every effort counts and every contribution matters. Thank you for IFP families for your leadership and for inspiring others to get involved. Together, we create lasting change and build a community we are all proud of. We are all proud to be part of. I look
Thank you.
forward to more celebratory activity, exchange, and to incredible success that lies ahead. Warm regards, thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you, Jessica. Thank you for warm wishes, great comments. And you know, one of her key statements, which still stuck in my mind, it's our unity in our diversity. I like this Jessica sayings, which reflects a very important message from our work with our diversity, but at the same time with our common goals. Thank you, Jessica. You are the best. Always remember you are the best. Thank you for warm wishes
Thank you,
and
thank you. Thank you.
kind words.
Thank you, sir.
Some people also provided their feedback, their thankfulness, their appreciation. Huge thanks for your good words and kind words. And I'm passing to Tom. If somebody wants to say something, please go ahead. You still have a slides for providing your comments. And here is some thank you notes might be provided also by us, from us. Tom, could you please? Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Shara. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today to celebrate this huge milestones of the Global Advocacy Team. We thank you all. We can't thank you enough for the partnership, friendship, solidarity, and your care. We feel that so strongly. I want to close now because we gone over time, and I apologize our interpreters, and thanks so much for helping us. You can stay a little bit if you want to chit chat. I just so happy to launched the report with everyone today. So thank you so much on behalf of the team, IAP, and the Global Advocacy Team. Stay tuned. We'll have more opportunities to engage. Take care, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Jessica
everyone.
and Elisa.
Bye-bye,
Hello, guys.